I am Keith Brown, President here at Jefferson State. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the first of its kind announcement, and it's exciting. And when you stop and think about it, though, it makes more sense than most anything we've done in a long time. The mission of Jefferson State is to provide accessible, affordable, quality education and workforce experiences. Today, we announce an innovative way that we're going to capitalize on that mission. I want to tell you how this began, because this looks like it's something that Keith Brown certainly didn't come up with this idea. This came about because Dr. Knowles reached out to me in an email and said, I want to come out and meet with you and talk about Jeff State and the opportunities for dual enrollment. And I said, oh great, we've been doing dual enrollment for 25 years. Love to have the partnership. And he came out and we met him in a conference room over here. And just an offhand remark, I think, now he probably had this planned out. I didn't know about it. But he said, we're looking at a high school location for our charter school, I3 Academy. Do you happen to have an opportunity for space at your Jefferson campus? And I mentioned earlier, timing is everything, because we had just completed a space utilization survey, and the campus that we're on used to have 8,000 students coming here, and now we're down to about 1,300 who actually physically come to this location. So I said, you know what, I think we do have space. Let's go around and look around a little bit. And we landed here on Carson Hall. And I was a little concerned because I thought, this is a little scary. We haven't had this before, for a two-year college to co-locate a high school on its campus. And I began to have conversations with different people, our chancellor, our legislative liaison, some of the members of the delegation, just to see, okay, what am I missing here? Because this makes too much sense. Where's the alligator, right? So what's going to happen? But everyone we spoke with said, it makes perfect sense. What a great opportunity to co-locate a charter school from the Birmingham area, students from the Birmingham area, to come onto this campus. So as I mentioned, we've been doing dual enrollment for 25 years, and we do a great job. We have about 3,300 dual enrollment students college-wide. We have two barriers that prevent us from doing even more. Transportation, getting the students from the high school to the college where the classes happen, and scheduling. What we're announcing today overcomes both of those, because we in I3 Academy are going to plan together the curriculum and scheduling. And imagine the high school students that are coming here, when they want to do dual enrollment classes, they walk to another building. They want to take chemistry, biology, welding, whatever. They just go to the next building over. And because we are planning together, we can make sure that the scheduling makes sense for us and them. So imagine the possibilities for these students. We're going to petition, we'll begin dual enrollment starting in 9th grade moving forward. So this time next year, we should have I3 Academy on board and the opportunities for 9th grade students to participate in dual enrollment. So they'll have 4 years of exposure to dual enrollment possibly. Imagine what happens when they complete their high school career. They should have a long certificate, at least, most likely an associate's degree, because they're already here and because of everything we're going to do to collaborate and make sure that it makes sense. And I'll tell you this too, this is a two-gen approach that has been so successful with us, because I not only want the I3 Academy students to come here and take classes, I want the moms and dads and grandparents and aunts and uncles and everybody that's associated with them to come here too. We've already engaged with our Director of New Options, Angie Kelly, who's really our returning adult coordinator director, to make sure that we're having those conversations moving forward. Our non-credit training will be accessible to those, or if they want to come and get a degree, because there are so many adults out there who started college, didn't complete college, they're looking for another opportunity. So imagine the opportunities. So I mentioned imagine, I mentioned innovation. How fitting is it that it's I3 Academy that's coming to locate? I3, imagine, investigate, innovate. I can't wait for this time next year to have the students on this campus. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the impact that it's going to have on their lives and on the community. So thank you so much for coming.
Good morning, and welcome to all of you. Good morning. How you doing, buddy? My name's Tommy Bice, and I have the honor of serving as the chair of the board at I3 Academy. I have two of my board members here with me today, Bobby Humphrey and Tanisha Sims Summer. Wherever you are, if you'll raise your hand, let people know. There you are. We've been on this journey now for 4 years. 4 years ago, I3 Academy didn't exist. So the fact that we're here today talking about a high school probably wasn't on our radar a few years ago. And I counted the times you said imagine in your remarks, 15 times. And I want to focus on that in my remarks today too, because imagine is the first I in I3 Academy. And imagine, if you will, for a minute, an innovative inner-city public charter school co-located on a community college campus with a curriculum that we're going to design around student interest and aptitude that have multiple entry and exit spots, that's focused on workforce development and jobs of the future that are aligned with informed decisions to make sure our kids and our families are making informed decisions about their future while they're all here on campus together with the college. And also imagine this, as Keith alluded to. This is what excites me for many of our students and families who will be first-generation college families. A student graduating from high school with their high school diploma and or a certificate, industry recognized, and or an associate's degree, and or enough dual credit to enter a 4-year college as a junior. That is life-changing for our children and our families. This would not happen if it had not been for Keith and Martin Knowles, who I'm going to introduce in a minute, who were willing, something that I just am elated about, to challenge the bureaucracy and tradition of public education and kind of forget about some of the rules that we've always thought stood in place to keep us from doing what we knew we needed to do for kids. We're getting to do that now because of their leadership and willingness to take a risk. They don't know us yet, but they're about to. Take a risk that we can make this a reality for our kids. So I could not be more pleased. And also it helps us fulfill our mission as I3 Academy to create agents of change that would be able to go out into the world and make decisions and change problems and address problems that they see. And on a bigger scale, to address the bigger picture that the Mike and Gillian Goodrich Foundation, Mike and Gillian are here today, we would not be here today without their leadership who helped us get this started. Our partnership with Woodlawn United, I know Mashonda Taylor's here somewhere, who's the executive director. Mashonda, where are you? And purpose-built schools, because the underlying overarching quest of all of this is to reverse generational poverty. And this is the first step in doing that. So thank you for allowing us to be your partner in this. And now I want to ask Martin, and of all the decisions I got to make as the first person as part of this I3 team was to choose the right leader. And I chose the right one with Martin Knowles. And Martin and Keith have been the architect of putting all this together, so I want to turn it over to him to make some announcements and introduce some kids.
Good morning. Good morning. We had a parent meeting last night, and our parents are very excited about this opportunity. And one of the first things I said to the parents was, I like a mic. So I'm gonna take the mic off the stand. First of all, I want to express my personal appreciation and gratitude to the staff here at Jeff State. They have embraced us from day one, and I greatly appreciate it. And I know there's a lot of work that went on behind the scenes to make this event happen. Also to members of my team that helped with this, Ms. Phillips, Mr. Robinson. Let's give them a hand if you don't mind. So I want to provide you a visual, an illustration of why this partnership is so important. I told our staff back this summer that we're not a school district, we're a network. And today, as you look in this room, you can see all the connections that had to be made in order for this to happen. And I told them my personal story about connections. I started my education career at the University of Montevallo. The University of Montevallo has a very special place in my heart. I met my wife there, and that was my first exposure to education. My first job was at Pleasant Grove High School. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Pleasant Grove High School, but the University of Montevallo and Pleasant Grove High School have something in common. The school colors at the University of Montevallo are purple and gold. The school colors at Pleasant Grove High School are purple and gold. So I left Pleasant Grove and I went to Fairfield High School. My. So, for those of you who don't know, the school colors at Pleasant Grove are purple and gold. The school colors at Fairfield High School are my. So I left Pleasant Grove, I left Fairfield, and I went to Hoover High School. So now we sort of lost some connections. In a lot of ways we lost some connections. So I thought back on my childhood. I said, you know what? I actually graduated from Fayette County High School. Anybody familiar with Fayette County High School? Well, the school colors at Fayette County High School are orange and black. And you know what? The school colors at Hoover High School, orange and black. So I left Hoover and I went to Homewood. Once again, I lost my connection. But once again, there's always a connection if you just try. So you know what? I looked at Homewood's colors. They're red, white, and blue. Okay? I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. My wife is a member of Delta Sigma Theta. So, wait a minute. So, Phi Beta Sigma, their colors are, and Delta Sigma Theta, their colors are. Okay, so we got red, white, and blue, so we're still connected. So now, I move on to I3. So I3 Academy, our colors are blue and gold. Our colors are blue and gold, so I lost my connection again. But you know what? We opened our first school in the former First Baptist Woodlawn. My father's first church was First Baptist Guin, Alabama. You all can look it up. Now we come here today. We're at Jeff State Community College. We're making the final leg of this journey. And I lost my connection again. But you know what? There's still a connection. Because I just asked somebody earlier, I said, I want to make sure. Now, are your colors purple and white? I said, yeah, our colors are purple and white. Well, you know what? I attended community college in Fayette, Alabama. And at the time, it was Brewer State Community College. And their colors were purple and white. So now I'm still connected. So I want to make sure that everyone in this room understands today is about all of us connecting for our students. Now I would like to ask our students to come up and provide us a demonstration of how this network will really work.
Everyone, again, thank you all so much for coming. I have the pleasure of serving as our Director of Operations and Finance here at I3 Academy. We want to show you a visual of what it will look like from the cradle to college pipeline.
I am an agent of change. I am an agent of change. I am an agent of change.
I am an agent of change who will solve problems that I see in my world. I am an agent of change who solves problems I see in the world.
I am an agent of change who solves problems I see in the world.
I am an agent of change who solves problems I see in my world.
I found my place at Jefferson State. Mission complete.
Isn't that incredible? And again, the energy from the beginning, there's some trepidation, but the energy from the beginning has been just that. It just makes so much sense for us to do this. So I'm looking forward again. I can't wait to have the students on campus next year and look forward, more importantly, at the end of their high school career when let's talk about the education that now you have as a result of this partnership. So fantastic. Thank you so much for coming today. That's everything that we have in terms of the sermon. I do.
For perspective, that's it right there.
Thank you. Carson Hall right behind us. This is where it will be located. So this is our Pioneer Day, which is the last Friday of September, kind of a homecoming that we started with our 50th anniversary 8 years ago. So the fanfare is on the other side of this building. Please stick around. We have plenty of food for everyone, and look at the activities that we have going on with our students there. So again, thank you so much for coming today.